Yo, what's up everybody? Jumping here. Today I am back on some Destiny 2 and I want to talk about the brand new amazing Sunbreaker. I'm going to be showing a build for this that you guys have to try just because it is so much fun and it's pretty ridiculous overall. There's no doubt about it. Now when it comes to the Titan, I think that the vast majority of people might have picked the Sunbreaker. I noticed this among all my friends. It seems like the vast majority of people chose the Sunbreaker over the other ones for their very first subclass. But I will say that every single Titan subclass, I think they're all good in their own ways. I really love the Sentinel. I haven't played the Striker yet, but I have some friends who have it, and I think that's also good. But the Sunbreaker is also amazing, especially with this setup. Now, to make this setup work, you have to have the Dune Marchers. These things are pretty ridiculous with this setup, and I was really blown away when I thought about using these, because at first I was like, you know, Simpa sets are definitely the way to go. And these are really good. So this is another option. They work really good with the super. And you will one-shot pretty much everything with your hammer throw. Because that is the big thing when it comes to the Sunbreaker. In my opinion, the best thing about it is the throwing hammer. I really think it's really easy to throw it. I thought at first, you know what, it might be kind of like the throwing knife. Nope, it's super easy to throw it and hit enemies with it. And you can retrieve it, although I do feel like that's sometimes annoying because sometimes you throw the hammer and you hit an enemy and then it goes flying somewhere and you have to find it. It kind of reminds me of Dead Island. There was a character in that game where you could throw your weapons and then you would have to like look for the weapons. That always really bugged me, but it's not nearly as bad as that when it comes to this setup. But the throwing hammer is really cool. It's really easy to use and you get a lot of benefits from it because you also get the ability to heal yourself. And what's really cool, if you're playing with some friends or some allies, if they're also using the same subclass, you could pick up their hammer and they could pick up your hammer. So this is like some straight up hammer bros from Super Mario. There is no doubt about it. And that is just epic. But another really great perk is the Roaring Flames. Whenever you get a kill, you're going to then get your damage to increase. It goes up to ×3. And this is something that you definitely might want before you pop your super. And with this setup, you will have ×3 Roaring Flames all the time. There's no doubt about it. Now, like I said, the Dune Marchers, in my opinion, is definitely the best exotic for this. When it comes to the mods, I would say if you're going to use mods, you might want to use the impact mods. I'm using some grenade mods right now, but I haven't really made a set yet that's going to use a bunch of impact mods. But I do think that impact mods might be beneficial just in case you throw your hammer and then you can't find it and you lose it. You always want to have the hammer if you can. So having that extra cooldown for the melee is good, but most of the time you will not need that. So you could probably go for grenade mods or something else, maybe super mods, whatever you might want. It's all good. Alright guys, now I'm going to show some gameplay. I'm going to show you what this can do because it is pretty ridiculous and it should actually blow you away if you haven't actually seen it already. Alrighty guys, well I'm going into a lost sector here in the Dreaming City and right now I already got my perk to trigger. All you got to do to get the linear perk to trigger from the Dune Marchers is to sprint. It takes about maybe 2 seconds to activate and you have about 10 seconds before it will go away if you're not sprinting. But check this out. It's insane. The mobbing potential. I mean, this is so awesome. And I freaking love it, man. It's just so much fun because you literally throw the hammer and you just kill everything. Everything dies in a group. And you don't have to do really anything else. And because you actually do need to go and recover the hammer, that means that by the time that you actually recover the hammer, you will normally have your linear perk to re-trigger. And once you get the ×3 Roaming Flames, you will just one-shot most big enemies, no problem. And that's just ridiculous as well. Now, of course, this can be a little annoying sometimes because, like right there, you miss your hammer throw. And or, you know, there's other things too that can make it a little bit annoying. Like actually missing your hammer and then you can't find it. And you're like, where is it? That does happen. Alright. You need to die, bro. There we go. Give me my hammer back. But as you can see, I just wiped out every enemy, like, in seconds. No problem. Let's go ahead and pop our super, and we're just gonna spin to win. Why not? And you need to die. Now, that is something, like, the Simpa sets makes this super so strong, and that's really cool. Now, I didn't actually kill these enemies because I wanted to just do this. Kill them all. Thank you very much. But I lost my hammer. Oh, there it is. Give it back to me. Thank you. This is why it reminds me of Dead Island, because I really love Dead Island. Whatever. I'm just going to punch that guy. I killed everything else up there, which is pretty ridiculous. But I love Dead Island, but that was just something I always hated. I think the guy's name was Logan or something like that. And I just hated having to go and pick up all my thrown weapons. And this does remind me of that. But it's just so much fun, and like I said, the ability to take out huge groups of enemies. You have an unlimited melee just because you can just pick it up. You heal yourself as well every time you pick it up. You get the ×3 roaming flame, which allows you to one-shot most big enemies, no problem. Everything around that big enemy will die because of the Dune Marchers. This build is amazing and fantastic. You have to try it out. You'll have a ball. There's no doubt about it. And I wanted to share it with you guys just because I knew that this is a very popular class, and trust me, this, in my opinion, is probably the best build for it. And I also like Sympathet's build as well. That works well, but this is just way better just because of the mobbing potential. Just wiping out big groups of enemies is always fun, and you could just rack up kills super easily and super quickly. Alrighty guys, well that's going to pretty much do it for the video. I really hope that you have enjoyed it and that this has helped. If it has, will you please like the video for me? Be sure to subscribe for future videos, and I really do hope that everyone has a very nice day, and peace out.